Hi everybody, this is Samurai Steve and I hate bullies. And I wanted to talk with everybody tonight about Bruce Lee, Jeet Kune Do, and the martial art that I study. I'm a certified instructor. I was certified by Larry Hartzell and Dan Inosanto in Jeet Kune Do, the art and philosophy of Bruce Lee. And we use the term art and philosophy loosely. Technically, Jeet Kune Do is not a style. And you'll hear people arguing about this. That's fine. They normally don't understand the semantics. If you really look at the meaning of the words, it's not a style. It's not a philosophy. It's not an art. It's a concept. Look at the definitions of the words. And wisely, Larry Hartzell and Dan Inosanto for years used the term Jeet Kune Do concepts. Bruce Lee said, Jeet Kune Do uses all ways and is bound by none. Uses all ways. So if you can switch between the styles of Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, do them both. Plus, if you can kickbox, use that too. You have wrestling and judo, use that too. Capoeira, use that too. Taekwondo, use that too. Name the martial art. Everybody has something to offer, and they excel in a certain area. Take the essence of that martial art, take the best that it has to offer, and then go to some place that teaches what that martial art lacks, because just about every style does. Conceptually, I guess Bruce Lee's is the only one that doesn't lack anything, because he said Jeet Kune Do uses all ways and is bound by none. Versus somebody going, I do Taekwondo, which means you don't do karate techniques, no capoeira techniques, no judo techniques, no wrestling techniques, no jiu-jitsu techniques. If it doesn't fall under the umbrella of Taekwondo, that's all you do. So you have weaknesses. If you're a boxer, same thing. If you're a wrestler, same thing. If you're a jiu-jitsu fighter, same thing. Bruce Lee called his martial art the ultimate reality in street fighting. So it was also meant for the street. His primary targets, and you look at the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, his book, you'll see eyes, throat, groin, cervical 1, 2, and 3. Because those are some of the most devastating things that you can do to somebody, including headbutts, which is part of his traditional curriculum. If you're not talking about headbutting, I don't know, I question what you know about, or what your real knowledge and experience of street fighting is, because that's the weapon. We'll cover that more later. But the most vulnerable targets of the body, eyes, throat, groin, cervical 1, 2, and 3. If you hit those things cleanly, they are fight changers and game changers. That's why those are the best shots. And Bruce Lee called the Byoji, the eye jab, the queen of all weapons. Just like the queen is the most powerful piece in chess, it's a giant killer. And it's a fight changer. It's something where if a 105-pound girl sticks her fingers in your eyes, man, that sucks. If it lacerates your cornea or any part of your eyes, especially with the crazy nails that some girls have, man, you got a trip to the hospital and eye surgery. That's terrible. So when it comes to street fighting, there's no rules and there's no honor in street fighting. Other people jump in, people jump you when you have no intention of fighting. You're just going about your day, and somebody decides that's it, you're going to be their target and their victim for the day. Whereas with mixed martial arts nowadays, it's really safe. It's a sport. And is it a fight? Yes. Is it like war? Sure. But man, nobody else is going to jump in. You're checked out beforehand by a doctor. You have your corner that can throw in a towel. You have the ref that can stop the fight. A doctor might even stop the fight. It's safe. You're on a safe surface. No curbs, no car bumpers. There's nothing that's going to really hurt you. I guess I come from the day when bumpers were on cars. Take a look at some pictures from the 70s. Man, you can use that as a weapon. You can use the corner in a place as a weapon. The edge of a table. Back in the day, they had cigarette machines. Don't really have that nowadays, but they had cigarette machines. Anybody could walk up, put some change in the machine, and get some cigarettes out. Obviously now they card for that. Those things have been gone for years, but back in the day, we could use those things because they were there. Use corners, use edges, put people into things that hurt. That's not going to happen in an MMA fight. There's actually honor in an MMA fight. Not so much in street fighting. I've never hugged anybody after a street fight. I've done that after competing, though. I have all the respect in the world for some of the people that I've competed against. Man, just for walking out there. All the respect in the world. Thank you for walking out to the mat or the cage or the ring or whatever and giving your opponent, giving me at one point in my life, the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to test myself with you. That's a competition. Safest fight you can get into because it's not a street fight. Nobody's going to kick you into a coma in the ring. So you have those protections. So Jeet Kune Do, sure, we kickbox, we spar, we box, we grapple. And ultimately, it's about no rules fighting. And it's about fighting. So, can you tactically pull a guard? If you have to, sure. Man, I don't ever want to see somebody pulling a guard. And if I'm on my back, if I got to pull a guard, things are terrible. Things are not working out for me, and I'm probably going to get smoked. Because that's what real fighting is. You're on the ground, hard pavement. I got gravel outside this car right now. You want to try to do a spinning armbar on that from bottom? That's going to suck. You're not going to rotate very well. Your back's going to be all chewed up later. That's real fighting. So that's why in old school Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, it was about measuring the distance, closing the gap, body lock, and getting the takedown. Being on bottom is because you screwed all that other stuff up. And you couldn't pull it off or you screwed it up, one of the two. So, real fighting. That's what we're all about. If you have any questions, always put them in the comment section. Now, the martial art of Kali, the Filipino martial art, used based on the blade, but we use sticks and knives because you can fight with impact weapons and bladed weapons. How does that fit in the mix? Well, there's no wrestling in a knife fight. Both guys are thoroughly stabbed to death if they both have knives. That's terrible. And on the other hand, if I had to teach a 95-pound girl, 105-pound girl, 120, it is small, right? Like my private student Amanda, she's like 105 pounds. Am I going to teach her how to out kickbox and wrestle with somebody? No. Does she know how to eye gouge really well? Does she know how to fish hook, to use that standing or on the ground? Yeah. Does she understand headbutting and eye gouges and fish hooking and hitting behind the neck, groin strikes, vulnerable targets, and teach her how to use a weapon? Why? Even if she manages to win a fight. Let's say some 6'3", 240-pound dude decides to pick on Amanda. Let's say Amanda actually pulls off winning. She's going to take damage. She got hurt. So what do? We teach them how to fight with sticks and knives. We give her an equalizer, or we want her to have one-upmanship. So in the Jeet Kune Do family, why do we train with sticks and knives? Because, man, real self-defense, just like Jeet Kune Do, real fighting, real self-defense involves weapons nowadays in this modern society. Talk to a police officer about violent crime and ask him how many times, what's the percentage of time that a weapon's involved. Any weapon, some kind of weapon. Broom handle, baseball bat, golf club, probably a knife. Everybody has knives nowadays, even cheap, garbagey knives that aren't very effective, that you wouldn't take onto a battlefield. But man, it's going to penetrate this little t-shirt very easy. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. So you got to know you have to have a weapons awareness. No one's going to try to carjack you. No one's going to try to take you to the cash station by saying, hey, bro, give me your car or I'm going to punch you in the face. Man, I think I'm going to try with this guy. But some guy sticks a gun through my window, puts it at my head and goes, dude, get out of your car. Now I need your car. Shh, take my car. Massive disadvantage. Guy's got a gun right outside that window right there. Holy shit. That's it. You can have whatever you want. You know, especially if he's a gunfighter. I don't have a chance if I don't have a gun and he's a gunfighter. Now, just because you have a gun doesn't mean you're a gunfighter. Gunfighter means training. But nevertheless, still a deadly weapon. So you have to have that weapons awareness. Luckily, with most violent crime, it's up close and personal. Nobody holds a gun at you from 15 feet away and says, give me your wallet, because the whole world sees that, right? They got to hide the fact they have a weapon. So this is what gives us an opportunity, a chance. But if somebody wants to abduct you, if you go to the second location, your chance of survival and getting out of that situation is just over 0. You're better off having somebody shoot you and leave you wherever you're bleeding, just leave you in the parking lot, than going with them. Because if you survive the gunshot wound, and most gunshot victims survive. Look at statistics. I don't remember, but the overwhelming majority of people survive gunshot wounds. Fact. So, do you want to survive the gunshot wound and have a crazy story, being in an American hospital, surrounded by the best doctors in the world, and your family and friends going, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Thank God you survived. Thank God you're here. Oh, we love you so much. Oh, thank God you made it. Or do you want to be that victim? So we can be going through a search, looking through forests and whatever, trying to find a body. We're not going to find you if you go to the second location. So what does that mean? You have to fight right there. It doesn't matter if you get stabbed. It doesn't matter if you get shot, because you're probably going to survive that. That's just statistics. If you want to research those statistics, go for it. If anybody has any philosophical questions on fighting or the philosophy behind Jeet Kune Do, feel free to leave them in the comment section. That is my favorite stuff. And I would dare to say there's probably not many Bruce Lee students that have ridiculously and meticulously and for years. I mean, I went through 4 copies of the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. 4 copies. Just wore them out. Well, one I gave away to a college friend many years ago, and that was already kind of worn anyways, and I've literally worn through 3 other ones. I mean, I'm a page turner. I'll read the same thing over and over and over. Did I miss a word? Did I miss something? Every concept, every little bit of the art was important to me, especially when I was coming up. So if you guys have any questions about Bruce Lee's philosophy, please add them in the comment section. A couple of people have left me some very nice comments. I see them in my inbox, but for some reason, I can't see them on the feeds, so I don't know how to say thank you or answer any questions. But I'm going to figure that out, and I look forward to be able to serve you. If you ever would like to bring me in for a seminar or a teaching of any kind, message me. ihatebullies@gmail.com, and I'd love to meet you and train with you. Thank you very much. Good night.